Hello everyone and welcome back to our first StarCraft Underground tournament where the winner gets paid. We are in round 1 of our tournament in today's ZVZ mirror matchup. Here in the top right corner is our red Zerg player, LML. Bottom left as our blue Zerg player, AZK. Today's match is going to be taking place on Eclipse. If you're unfamiliar with that, we can go ahead and take a look while the players get powered up. Natural located just outside the main, just down the ramp for both players. Nest nearest expansion, just out of the way and up the ramp. Anything past that, we're pretty much out in no man's land. Any bases out here are going to be pretty hard for anybody to hold. It's going to be interesting to see what these Zerg players choose to do today. Might see some early aggression, or may go into mid-game. Looks like both players sending out their scouts in the direct area of each other. Really only one place to spawn here. What we got here? Looks like an early spawning pool by AZK. And the extractor going up. That may be trouble for LML. Little later on the spawning pool, but we'll see what happens. May see a lean rush from AZK. Gets another Overlord going. LML just slightly above on drone count. 11-9. Make that 10-9. And yes, we see all three spawn. Going to be used for Zerglings here. Gets another fourth one queued up. And goes straight into lair. AZK really speeding through his build here. Gonna go ahead and send the Lings out. And I'm not sure LML is going to be ready for this. LML does have... Okay, LML's got some Lings in production here. It's going to be close by the time they get here. We'll see what happens. I'll be interested to see if AZK runs these Lings right by the expansion here. The natural goes straight into the main. Okay, Lings come out for LML. Yes, going to come out here and meet AZKs. Alright, able to fend off AZK's Lings. That's good, that's good. Spawning pool timing was, like we said, just a little behind for LML, so... Does get the Lings out just in time for defense, though. AZK going to be blocking his ramp to his main with the Lings. Not going to allow any scouting. Other than the Overlord coming in to ruin the day. Does not look like LML has seen it just yet, but will soon. Yes, there's layer tech. Both players opt to go for Ling upgrade speed. Sunken's going down here in the main. Meanwhile, Natural's up and online for LML. LML's Lings just cleaning up some AZKs out there, no man's land. 4, 8, 12, 13. That's a good amount of Lings for LML. Not sure if they're going to be able to bust through AZK's wall, though. Spire going up. Going to be going into Muta for AZK. LML did see layer tech, so they've got to know that Mutas are on the way. Yes, they're up. Going for layer tech as well. Puts down an Evo chamber. Just focusing on mass-producing Lings at the moment. Both players still at 8 drones apiece. LML able to break through the wall a little bit here. Likely sees this. Yes, does see the Sunken. Decides to back off. Spire almost done here for AZK. Gonna try to flank around and get into the mineral patch, or maybe get on top of that sunken. Gets blocked out by AZK's Lings, though. A fight here for the Spire, trying to deny. Is LML gonna get it? Ooh, that's close. No go. Good try, though, by LML to deny the Spire. LML gonna be putting up their own creep colony here in their main. And here comes the counterattack by AZK. And this is not looking good for LML here. Not much here to defend. Little late on the sunken right there. Yeah, these Lings likely going to be able to come in here and clean this up pretty quickly. Not take too much damage from this sunken. Workers being pulled off the mineral line to try and help, but yeah, it's too late. There's the GG. What a fast game. The counterattack gets it. All right, let's go ahead and get into round 2 of our ZVZ mirror match between LML and AZK. Going to be interesting to see if both players choose the early aggression like they did last time. Here in the mid right of the screen, we have our blue Zerg, AZK. Bottom left, red Zerg, LML. This match is going to be taking place on Dominator. Let's take a look at that. Map in general kind of has a wheel spoke pattern. A lot of the battles take place on top of these ramps. This is a 3-player map. So we may see an advantage go to the player who picks the right spawn location. And it looks like that might just be LML. Yes, LML's Overlord headed right for AZK. Meanwhile, AZK lumbering off in no direction. However, if AZK, well, when AZK's Overlord gets there and sees nothing, they'll likely know where to find LML. AZK choosing to go for an early expansion rather than getting the spawning pool. So choosing to be a bit more passive this time around. We'll have to see how that goes. And LML gets the spawning pool down. Similar timing than to game 1. AZK not far behind though, so not going to be at a disadvantage really in terms of timing. Looks like LML going to go grab their expansion. Extractor going down for AZK. There it is. Natural started for LML. Sends another Overlord out. Both players working on spawning pool and extractor at the moment. Getting expansions up. Similar drone count. LML with just a 1 drone lead currently. Already harvesting gas though. Or, excuse me, AZK already harvesting gas. Link production starts up at about the same time. Slightly in favor of AZK here. And there, AZK's Overlord sees nothing. So now alerted to the whereabouts of LML. Meanwhile, LML's Overlord flying over AZK. Gonna go ahead and see the Lings come out. That might give LML an advantage back home. We'll see how they respond. Gonna go ahead and move the Lings out. Just enough to protect the natural. AZK sending their Lings across the board. Meanwhile, Zergling movement speed going for both players. More Lings being queued up. LML forming a line here with their Lings. That might be, and yes, it is. That is the only way into the natural and main. So LML doing a good job here, keeping AZK out. AZK just sending Lings across the board here. Ling movement just about done for both players. LML likely gonna win these trades like this, having defender's advantage. Not having to trick their Lings all the way across the board. LML choosing to put down a creep colony right at the choke point into the base. Good amount of Lings here for AZK. Tries to get us around on the top of LML's Lings, but gets overwhelmed. LML holding off the Lings from AZK. Gonna back up and regroup here. Try to get a good group of Lings going. LML sends a couple out, see what's going on. Maybe try to come back and get a jump on some Lings from behind here. No, it looks like they're gonna go up and scout the top. Sunken starts hammering on AZK's Lings here. Yeah, not making much progress. Oh, there's the GG. Wow, what a fast game. Over already. AZK just realizing they're not going to be able to break through the defenses here. Going to be behind on resources. And just throws in the towel. All right, let's go ahead and get into round 3 of our mirror match, ZVZ, between LML and AZK. AZK going to be in the top center here as our blue Zerg. LML, bottom left as our red Zerg. This match is going to be taking place on Neo Sylphin. Let's go ahead and take a look at that while these players get powered up. Looks like a small exit from the main here, leading out to the natural. Same for both players. Ooh, AZK already putting down a spawning pool. Might see some early aggression from AZK again. AZK also going to have the advantage of getting the scout off first. Just an overlord in production for LML. AZK down to 3 drones. Spawning pool is going to be super early. And LML is not going to see it in time. This could be disastrous for LML. Spawning pool done. 2 Lings in production immediately. Make that 3. AZK only running off 4 drones here. Spawning pool does go down for LML. We'll see what LML does here. Sending some drones out. Gonna see the Overlord coming in from AZK. From that direction, LML will likely be able to tell where AZK's coming from. These Lings taking a long route around here. LML gonna see 1 Ling coming from nowhere. Meanwhile, the rest of them snuck around. A drone coming in from the bottom here for AZK. LML tries to take a natural. Not much here to defend against this. A couple Lings pop out here. Gonna try to... Yeah, there goes the drones. Gonna try to hold this off. Creep colony goes down for LML. Able to defend the first Zerg rush. Oh, that was not LML's colony. That was AZK's colony. Wow, what a tricky play. LML not having it, though. Not having it. Able to hold off the Lings. More Lings in production for AZK. LML going to send them out. Meet a couple here. I'm curious to see if they're going to try to start another creep colony here. Sunken down here for LML. That drone's not going to stand much of a chance here. Meanwhile, AZK blocking off the main. Lings. LML going to come and find that. Yeah, backs the Lings up. Tries to pull them out. Goes for a surround. Gets one. Loses one, though. More Lings on the way here for LML. Decides to pull them back. Looks like the drone goes down. And a GG comes out. AZK throws in the towel. That's it. LML going to be moving on to round 2. What a crazy game. 3 minutes, 45 seconds. The shortest game of them all. Holy cow. Well, thank you all for watching. If you're interested to see more from this tournament, check out the next video. Or if you'd like to take part in one, join us at StarCraft Underground. Link in the description. Until then, take it easy.